And let's take a look at Shoppers Stop. That stock is down about 3%. It posted a good set of Q2 results. The revenue is up 58% versus the last year, and the margin has also expanded to over 16% from the 11% that we saw last time around. Now, the footfalls for Shoppers Stop have come in at nearly 41 million, and this is well above even the pre-COVID levels of around 30 million. Now, to discuss the earnings and the outlook, we are joined by the management. Let me welcome on the show Venu Nair, who's the MD and CEO of the company. Venu Nair, so good to have you on CNBC TV18. Before we break down the numbers for the last quarter, which has been a good quarter for you, I want to understand that we are already a few weeks down in this particular quarter, and it is the festive season. How have the festive demand panned out? Because of the inflationary concerns, we are trying to gauge the consumption pattern, and you actually are in the pocket of discretionary spends.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me on your show. Yeah, I think we are well into the season, and it has been a very good Diwali so far. Early indications of that, obviously, we got from the east of the country, where Pujo is a very, very strong, I mean, that's where the festive period pretty much starts. And we had an extremely strong Pujo period. And if I were to give you some numbers, overall sales in Pujo was up 35% even over pre-COVID numbers, which gives us an indication of the kind of growth that we have been seeing. More importantly, I think consumer sentiment has been strong, especially in the premium and lifestyle segments that we operate in. And I think this segment is benefiting from three different reasons. One, and first and foremost, it's the wardrobe reboot combined with the office reboot now, and that's driving consumer demand. This is also, as we get into the festive period, this is also the first Diwali after 2 years where people are able to come out without the fear of getting COVID, without having to wear masks. And people are wanting to make the most of it. And definitely that's driving consumer demand. And also the postponed occasions, whether it was birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, engagements, a lot of that which were postponed also now starting to happen. So all of that, I think, is driving the consumer demand. Consumer sentiment is very strong.
Right.
And we see a good growth because of that.
Would you be at the liberty, Venu, to share, the absolute sales number of the first 20 days of October and footfalls as well? Because the second quarter, you saw footfalls at over 4 crore. So, festive season so far, if you could give us some absolute numbers?
What I can tell you is the growth that we've had in the second quarter, the results which were just announced. We had a total growth of 61% over last year. But even over pre-COVID numbers, we had a 19% growth in sales, footfalls, which you referred to. And it is, I mean, the one thing I must point out, these are omni-channel numbers. So it's growth across both offline and offline. Where online, digital channels, obviously, also now a big part of what we do. And as an omni-channel retailer, we do believe that a majority of our customer journeys begin online, and hence important for us to look at it together. But all of these have been going north, growing very strongly, and that's something which we are continuing to see a very positive response.
Right. The second quarter numbers is something that we have in the public domain. Venu was wondering if you could share the one in the third quarter so far. But be that as it may, I understand that you will be able to share it only later. I'm extrapolating some numbers. The second half of the year usually gives you, what, 60-65% of the revenues. The first half, you've done almost 2,000 crores. So are we looking at numbers closer to 3,400 to 3,500 crores on the top line for the entire year?
You're broadly correct. I think it tends to be around 60-40 is the ratio. So, I mean, extrapolating would give you the overall numbers. So on a non-GAAP basis, we expect to be between 5 to 5,500 crores.
Yeah, okay. So, Venu, I want to understand, now it's a changed scenario in the next few months. And this time there will be an uptake on the because of the festive season. But given that the input costs are increasing, cost of funds is more expensive, what will be your view and guidance for the entire year? Are the kind of margins that you have shown in this particular quarter, as well as the profitability, are they sustainable?
The raw material price increases actually happened at the beginning of this calendar year, and we did take price increases when the spring-summer 23 season started around February, March, and that has been fairly well absorbed. We have seen our average bill values continue to grow, and that's clearly indicating that consumers have accepted the price increases and they have bought into it. I think what's important for us also is the segment that we operate in, and in the premium and lifestyle segments that we operate in, the demand has continued to remain strong, and that's what's helping us to grow the segment we expect that trajectory to continue. I mean, while there is inflation and pressures of inflation, the fact that we offer some of the best brands in the country, combined with the trust that Shoppers Stop brings in, is what drives people into our own stores. And with the changes that have happened in technology, people are looking for multiple choices. And we, as a multi-choice, multi-product retailer, offer that choice across the channel of both physical and digital. And that's what I believe our customers bless us with their business.
So 16% margins in the second quarter, one of the highest that you've done in the recent past. Does that sustain into the third and fourth quarter? Improves? Is that what you're saying? Is that what we should read into?
It was the highest ever second quarter sales, profits, and EBITDA that the business had delivered. And we expect that momentum to continue.
And just quickly before we let you go, we have paucity of time here. Your beauty business, that contributes about 15% to your sales, grew 45%. Just wanted to know if that will get impacted by what Nykaa is creating. It's becoming, the platform of choice for international brands to come into India. They've also launched a B2B vertical, etc. So wanted to know what your moat around this business would be.
In the beauty, we are the largest physical retailers in the country, and at 15%. Pre-COVID, we did over 750 crores in beauty business alone. And we have some extremely strong partnerships that we have with a number of international brands. And that is something that gives us a distinct edge. Further, beauty as a category is one which renders itself to experience, makeup, makeovers, and being able to experience the product, see the product, how it looks on you, and that whole engagement that we are able to drive in our stores